go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Ask Anything presented by Moser Consulting. I'm your host, Angel Leon, Moser's Director of Personnel, and we're glad that you're with us for this episode of Ask Anything because today we have our Black Friday gifts for tech people, which really, after talking to some of our consultants, I don't know if they're all for tech people. Really, they're for the general audience. It's like a GA rating, this episode. So sit back, relax, and listen to some of the great gifts ideas that our consultants have for us today. And with me to talk about these, and he helped me shepherd some of these consultants along, is Exclusive Brian. Brian, how are you?
I'm great. And I just thought while you were doing the intro, just thought of the title of the episode. Welcome to our cavalcade of capitalism.
Hooray.
Let's keep that economy humming.
Yes. And as you'll hear from one of our consultants, you know, Black Friday, I feel like it's lost some of its, shine over the years because the internet, obviously now you can buy really just about anything on the internet, get it for the same price as if, 25 years ago when we all used to wrestle our way through the stores to get the latest, TV on the market. But now you can basically do that. Number one, you don't have to wait till Black Friday because now most of these stores put out Black Friday deals, 2 weeks in advance. And so you can start just buying all this stuff ahead of time. But like somebody shared with us, and I'm going to steal their thunder because you're going to listen to this later, but give us Black Friday deals on groceries, please.
I don't know. It's just not the same without the mortal peril.
Yeah. Listen, I'm willing to go down for a 24 count of eggs right now. Just let's go.
I will take some bumps and bruises for $3 bacon. Let's go.
Yeah, I listen. I'm getting my elbows ready. I'm just all right. Where's the bacon?
As my 14-year-old said, and it's one of the funniest things she's ever said in her life, I got two buddies for you. I got Knifey and Patricia. And I was like, you named your elbows Knifey and Patricia? She's like, yep. You would think it'd be Knifey.
No.
Patricia will get you every time.
Notice how I went completely directly for Patricia. Knifey, to me, that is
it's puffery.
I don't know.
That's puffery. Like, oh, they're trying to be too tough.
As we mentioned, you're going to listen to some of the gifts that our consultants think would be a great gift for your people this holiday season. So let's have a listen to all the great things that they have to bring. But first, Brian, do you have anything that you'd like to share that maybe you'd consider something of a Black Friday gift?
The only thing that I have this year, and I already got it because I am at heart a consumer. I already have in my possession my recommendation, my Zule Kitchen Powerful Milk Frother Wand. It's just a little hand mixer for your beverage. I love it. I love it more than I should. I just love it.
I personally have one of those, and it's been life-changing. I'm a coffee guy. I love coffee. And I mean, I used to have a coffee maker that I used to have a attached milk frother. It worked great. It was good. But this thing, I feel like takes it to another level because the personality of it, how you can make it your own is what I really appreciate. Because sometimes, I don't want that much of a cloud of milk in my coffee. Sometimes I just want a tiny little bit. So, you just froth a little bit, give it a couple of thumbs and, oh, okay, it's done. Good. There you go. Pour it over. Great. Sometimes I just want everything to be frothed and just let it ride. Let it ride, baby.
I'm basically attempting to make coffee butter.
Exactly. Because those are the days when my son woke up in the middle of the night and I need that extra oomph in my life at 6 o'clock in the morning. It is an essential item in my kitchen right now.
Yeah. And I will say anything we talk about today, I'm going to try to put links to websites, Amazon, for like where you can go and actually check these items out for yourself. If it sounds good to you, we'll make it as easy as possible for you to go out and find these items. So, Angel, do you have anything?
I don't have a particular item. I think I was talking to you or to somebody else this week about what to buy for Christmas and the holidays. And we always obviously think about our kids, etc. And so we were chatting, my wife and I, just about what we were going to get them. And I think we've stuck on experiences for next year. So we're gonna probably take one trip earlier in the year, and what we're gonna do is some form of show up, during Christmas. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do this year is just experiences and give them things that they can remember and cherish as they grow up. So that's my thing, as corny as that sounds.
We did that last year. We
Yeah.
we just like we got some stuff, stocking stuffers, and a few boxes for them, like
Right.
smaller things for them to open on Christmas morning. But like we told them, like there was just Mickey Mouse ears, like, and we're going to
Oh,
Disney later this year. That's the bulk of Christmas. Here's your other stuff, but
yeah.
trip to Disney was
Yeah,
the
that they
bulk of Christmas last year.
yeah. Nowadays, that's a very, very,
Yeah.
very big Christmas gift.
Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Arbor Day,
Yeah.
Happy President's Day,
Happy 4th of July. Happy.
all rolled into one. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving,
Yeah. Yeah. Happy Boxing Day. Yeah, it's great.
all of them.
It's great.
Yep.
It's all of them roll into one. All right. So without further ado, here are our consultants. We're going to be sharing with you what they think. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
So with us now is Trees, and she's gonna share with us a product that I own, but I'm gonna let her talk about it because I think we have the same feelings about this product. So Trees, welcome to Ask Anything.
Thank you for having me. So I'm actually really excited that I'm not the only one that was excited about this. Um, I have always been an avid note taker, but I am very much hands on. I like to have my hands on a pencil taking notes. And I realized that, especially coming to work, trying to take those notes, sometimes it's a little harder to do that by hand and a lot harder to go back and refer to those notes. So I got a remarkable tablet
Mhm.
and it has definitely changed the game for me, especially because it can transform your written notes into PDF format. So
Yes,
that is the game changer here.
yes, I agree. I do want to say though, my handwriting is doctor-like, so sometimes it has a hard time picking up what I'm putting down, but that's okay. I don't mind it at all.
How much training on your handwriting does it require? And does it learn to recognize it? Because I'm also did he write this with a pencil by hand or did he dip his elbow in ink and then just flail it at the screen? Is my
Yeah,
style of handwriting.
it literally
Okay.
picks up what you drop in there, but of course, there's gonna be some mistakes from things that you've written, but I don't care because really the majority of everything else makes sense.
No, sometimes it is a guessing game. It's like, what did I try to say there? But I personally have been using it almost every day, whether it's for work and you can have different folders so you can have them named differently, separate them from like your personal note taking and things like that. So it's definitely been something that I use professionally as well as just, for myself.
Melinda had one or has one, my boss, podcast mom, shout out to her. And now I'm the only person in this situation that doesn't have one. And I am just so filled with envy.
And they just kept, well,
Like, I've been
so if
trying, I've
you're
been thinking about one for like since last year. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely
if
getting.
you consider it, then go ahead because they just came out with the pro version of it that looks great as well. And it's not just writing; it does have some canvassing, like for folks like you who who are creative, etc., that can actually draw. And it does have some of those functionalities. I believe the pro version allows you to do color now, much more like a traditional tablet, whereas the first couple iterations didn't. It was mostly just for the writing because what they're going after is the folks like me that honestly I just want it for note taking. I don't want to. It connects to the internet, but it connects so that you can actually have where you write on the tablet, but also you can see it on the app on your computer. I have an app on my Mac, and I just open it up and I can see all my files, all my folders. And now with the new functionalities that they've added, you can actually start typing something on the computer and then just continue it on the Remarkable. There's no distraction. The whole philosophy is no distraction when you're like writing or doing something. So that's the whole thing. It's that There's no browser, there's no other functionality other than just writing what you're doing. So the Pro version, if I remember correctly, now has color and it has the ability to do much more than just writing. Whereas with the one that I have, you can only write in like black, I believe red ink, black ink, and blue, if I remember correctly. But that's it. That's basically all you can do. The other thing that's neat, and I don't know what you think about this, Trees, is the pencil. It feels like you're writing on a piece of paper with the pencil, with the tips. Yeah, so it doesn't feel like you're using a tablet at all. I have an iPad Pro and I have an Apple Pen. Shout out to them. No,
Not a
not
sponsor.
sponsors. Yeah, but call us. And I like the way that writes. It doesn't compare to the Remarkable. The Remarkable feels like a pencil. It feels like if you were just writing with a pencil on paper
And you
because
can
of
use
the
the
screen.
tip as an eraser.
Yeah,
You see what you're erasing before you
yeah,
erase it all, so you're not doing too much, and then you can
yeah.
just erase everything. Like it's
That's my biggest complaint with the Apple products is that in order for you to erase something, you actually have to go select the eraser with, and then erase it and then go back and select the writing tool again to write, continue writing. Whereas with this, you just basically, like Tree said, you just turn it upside down and erase it, and that's it, and then just keep moving. And the tips are changeable, so they actually do like it's like a pencil. The tip itself, you can actually it comes with like 10 different tips 10 tips extra because they eventually run out. And you'll notice, like when you're writing, you'll see the lines get really squiggly. It's like, oh, I guess it's time to change the tip.
I've read many articles that like when you're writing note, paper or pencil, or I'm assuming also with a tablet like this, instead of typing them on your laptop, you remember things better when you're like handwriting them instead of typing them. And I like as soon as I got my first laptop, I kind of cut my hand note taking by, I don't know, 80%. I still do sometimes in meetings, but
I don't know about you guys, but if I don't have a list, I'm not getting the things that I need to get from the grocery store. I'm either getting everything except for what I need or nothing. So I think that just having little things here and there that make life easier. I was trying to pull it up. I'm not sure
Oh,
how
there.
great you
Yeah.
can see it, but I mean, it's not just for note taking like we were talking about before, but you also have like checklists. So you can use it like at the grocery store. I don't know about you guys, but if I don't have a list, I'm not getting the things that I need to get from the grocery store. I'm either getting everything except for what I need or nothing. So I think that just having little things here and there that make life easier, why not?
Same. I can't go to the grocery store without something that tells me what I need. So,
I'm not gonna get everything on the list when I have the list, let alone
oh no.
I'm still gonna be like, oh yeah, that is not a check mark next to that thing. That is still at the store. Latrice, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. And we will put a link to the Remarkable in the show notes or description. Really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Joining us now with a couple of Black Friday suggestions is Colton. Colton, thanks for taking the time to join us. Really appreciate it. Now, you have multiple suggestions for us, right?
Yes, I do. I have 3 or 4 suggestions.
All right.
So the first suggestion that I have is a temperature controlled mug. It is on Amazon. It's called the Ember Temperature Control Smart Mug. So basically it keeps your coffee hot if you're a coffee drinker. It makes it very well rounded and always keeps your coffee hot or any other beverage, even tea. The next recommendation is some good noise canceling headphones on that. And the brand I prefer is the Sony noise canceling. Work out pretty well on that. That's on Amazon as well. Big Amazon guy, so all these you can find on Amazon.
What level of noise canceling are we talking about? It will get to the level of like even blocking out someone you had mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so I have this specific coworker named Joe Viro that'll definitely block out his noise from talking to you. So that will, works perfect for that.
It's industrial level. Okay, cool.
Yes, yeah, industrial level indeed. Even might block out Kevin Gwynn's voice too. So
That I refuse to believe. I don't think that's possible.
it It's very hard to get his voice out of your head.
It might block his voice. There's no way they've invented anything that can block his laugh.
That's very true. That's the shot heard around the world. His is the laugh heard around the world, because it goes all the way across the world whenever he starts laughing. The next recommendation that I have on that is a Theragun mini massage. So not the big Theraguns, but just the little mini ones that only comes with 1 or 2 attachments. The reason I recommend that is we're sitting at our desk all day. We tend to get sore and tense, and our legs start hurting and our back starts hurting over hours of sitting at our desk. So it's just good to stand up, start using the massage in your back, your shoulders, from where you're slouched over a little bit, because that's everybody's favorite position, is slouched over. It's called the technique. You just gotta like lean like that and just get all of that into that muscle and stuff like that. It'll help tremendously with getting those knots out and making you feel a little bit more comfortable throughout your workday.
Yeah, I just simulated. I just pretended to do the stretch, and I got 2 pops. I was like, "Oh, okay, yep, that needed to happen."
Oh yeah, yeah. It is what chiropractors and massage therapists call technique. Is actually a definition of it. It's more real than what we would like or should be.
All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to take us through these. Really appreciate it. And links to all of these will be in the episode description.
No problem.
All right, now joining us is Chris, and he's going to be taking us through his Black Friday suggestion, which is kind of a self-contained entertainment TV box. You can explain it better than I can, I'm sure.
Made aware of this box about 1.5 years ago by one of my brother-in-laws, and basically he was telling me that it was it's a little Android box. It's about 1 inch tall, 3 inches wide, and 4 inches deep, and it basically hook it up to your internet. One-time fee, no long-term commitment, hook it up with an HDMI cable, and you can have access to any TV channel that broadcasts in America. And I have looked for some pretty small cities around the country. And I regularly have Denver, Fort Myers, Indianapolis, and there was one other one saved to my favorites. There's a favorites section. Good if you're traveling, right? You want to see what it's going to be like in those areas. So you get instead of an internet perspective, you get a local perspective. Also very interesting, if you're a sports fan, you can stream during the time of a game any professional sports game you can think of, which doesn't seem legal to me, but it's totally valid. It works. So if you want to watch NFL football on Sunday, you want to have the ability to go between, the games, you don't have to be locked into the broadcast channel. And I mean football, hockey, baseball, basketball, college sports, ESPN Plus. You can't get the Hulu's and the Paramount live feeds. Once they've shown it, an episode, it will show up in their feeds that you can also watch those as well without subscribing to their service. If you want to stream movies, after movies come out, they do post those as well, like movie theater things. If you want to stream Yellowstone from the beginning, that's out there. I keep finding new things every time I get in and spend any time with it, new things that we can do. And it's constantly being updated. You can buy directly from them, VSeeBox.com, or they're on Amazon as well. So it is a product that I plan to give to family members for Christmas this year. I've already bought some, and I got buy 3, get 1 free kind of thing. So I encourage people to take a look at this if they are interested in something like that. And the convenient thing is that if we do travel, I throw it in a Ziploc bag with the remote and the power cord, and I throw it in my computer bag and I take it with me. That's a good thing. The bad thing is there is no app for it. So you can't put it on your phone and stream it from your phone. You have to be connected to a TV for that.
Do you then need to log in, or once it's powered on and connected to Wi-Fi, it's good to go?
It has Wi-Fi. It's got an Ethernet a cable connection in the back. So if you have an Ethernet cable, you can plug in that way as well. And there's a digital port on the back of the ones I just bought, which wasn't there on my one from 1.5 years ago. So they've invested and made some updates in that too. So yeah, you just need Wi-Fi or an internet connection, I say. And once you've set the box up, it remembers everything you've set up, and it just brings it right back to where you were at if you were, say, sitting at home.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to tell us about it. Appreciate you joining us.
Sounds good. Thank you. Take care, everybody.
All right, everybody straighten up. Podcast mom is in the building. Everyone, best behavior. I am super excited about this one. Melinda has what is my favorite suggestion. Please share it with us.
Yes, thank you so much. This is my favorite episode we do every year. I love the gifts episode. So I'm always on the lookout for new things, and new tech doesn't always mean a new device. This is a technology whose time has come. It is called the Fluffy Puffin. This is the Fluffy Puffin's bag. The Fluffy Puffin is a hand towel, but not a traditional hand towel.
Now, Melinda, have you been in the kitchen or the bathroom, like have washed your hands and then been with paper towels or a regular towel, and you still get water trapped under your rings, and you think to yourself, there has to be a better way.
There has to be a better way. So as you can see, I wear a lot of rings, and when I wash my hands, which I wash my hands a lot during the day, I can't get dry between my rings, under my rings, around them, and they clank against each other. So that is where the Fluffy Puffin comes in. It looks like, okay, for those of you who aren't watching the video, it looks a little bit like a shower loofah that you would use in a shower, but that is not what it is. It is made of little microfiber tendrils on a string, and you use to dry your hands, not to wash your hands. So when you're done washing your hands, you grab this and you just grab it, and it goes in between your fingers and your rings, and it gets you all dry. And then it's microfiber, so you just hang it back up. It sits there and gets dry almost immediately. I've been using it for a while. It just dries right out.
This being a tech podcast, I'm comfortable giving this description. It looks like a super puffy tribble.
Yes, it looks like it's from Star Trek. It's a Star Trek tribble, and you basically dry your hands with a little tribble all the time. Yeah, mine came in a pack of 3, so I got one in 3 different rooms, different colors, and I love it. I have things in my house all the time. You know, my mother-in-law will come over and be like, where did you find that? That is the most neat thing and most interesting thing, and I love these. And I will say, when I brought it in for the team to look at, they didn't know what it was either. It takes a hot minute to figure out what you're looking at.
And we were immediately enthralled.
Everyone must have a Fluffy Puffin. I highly suggest it. I know it seems like you're buying somebody a towel, but it's the type of high technology towel that, will get people talking on Christmas morning.
And the logo is adorable.
It is adorable.
Absolutely adorable. Look at him. Look how happy
it's a cute little puffin. He's adorable. It's adorable. I love it. My new favorite find.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, you had one other.
I do have one other very dear to my heart, and it's not very technology forward, but I feel like I'm seeing this everywhere now. And so, maybe for those of you with a purse lover in your life, this might be something you can think about for that. So I love purses. I love designer purses, all of these things. So what's becoming big is purse charms. So basically it's little charms you hang off of your designer purses made by the same designer. But my particular favorite type of purse charm is the mini purse charm. So it's it's little tiny purses done by the same designers. There's this exact model of purse. So they make them in all different shapes. This is also a very specific purse you can get, and then it's also as a charm. And the nice thing about it is you open this up, it is the exact size of your AirPods. So you can store your AirPods in it and just take it with you around town. And a lot of designers are doing this. This is a Karl Lagerfeld right there. And it has the charge spot in the bottom. So when you put your AirPods in it, you can just charge them while they're in there.
That's awesome. Now, I've made this point before. This is an episode of gifts that tech people will like. That doesn't necessarily mean the gift itself has to be technological in nature.
That's right. It's just something that's happening right now in the atmosphere. And these little purse charms are becoming very popular. And it's a lot more reasonably priced than the larger full purses, but it's still something that can enhance somebody's just the fun of, carrying stuff around all day.
Yeah, I just have to make sure that my 14-year-old daughter never sees this episode.
Yeah, it's going to cause some problems.
Awesome. All right. Well, Melinda, thank you again for joining us. And thank you for making the podcast possible in the first place. Really appreciate you taking the time and for believing in us.
Not a problem. I do believe. So everybody have a great holiday season, and I hope you find the gifts you're looking for.
All right, and with us now is Kevin, who you might have heard and seen from some of our previous episodes with the wonderful man that is Kevin Gwynn.
Thank you for having me on the show yet again.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you. You bring a lot of energy. So what do you have for us this time?
Well, I've got a few items lined up here. We're going to start off with something small. Everybody is taking meetings or listening to music nowadays, so we've got a couple of different items here. Each of them is made by Anker. It's the Anker, it's the Soundcore Q30 and the Space Q45. Each one has is a noise canceling headphone, rechargeable through USB-C, plenty of talk time. I think we're in the 16 to 20 hours of standby time. But the difference between the two, in my opinion, is I've tried both of them. They both have great sound quality. Both of them come with a nice case, hard case, protect your equipment. But these will fold up. But the earpiece right here is what gets me. So I had these for about 6 months, and when they're on here on my ear for extended use, you could tell that it was not as comfortable as it was originally intended. And this is the larger size cup, but I moved over to the Space 45. As you can tell, it's got an upgraded case. It's nice and shiny. That always matters when you're buying your IT equipment, that it is nice and shiny. But it's got a hard case, and the actual ear cups on these are much larger for myself, who's got a larger head. No comments needed. That you can, and it doesn't have. It fully seals around my ear, but it doesn't cause the pressure that would lead to a pressure headache. We all hate to have a headache during work because we've had meetings and so forth, but that's how I'm starting off. I highly recommend the Space 45s, but if you have a smaller head and a limited budget, the Q30s are definitely an option for you.
I do have a question about the level of noise canceling. We established in another segment for this episode the Kevin scale of noise canceling. Colton came up with it, as you might have guessed. These will strip out like Kevin levels of talking. And I said, can it cope with Kevin laughing? He's like, nothing can cope with that. So where do these fall on the Kevin scale of noise canceling?
As much as I'd love to talk to that, it's difficult because I have them on when I laugh, so I still hear myself. Anyway, noise canceling. For example, my office was right beside the cold air return of our home unit, and with them on, using them as mic and sound, it took that sound, completely muffed it to just a low, not even a blower sound, just a light hum.
Yeah.
But the important part of it is the mic didn't pick any of that up. So it also canceled out the noise that it only picked up my voice in Teams meeting with customers. So I was still able to hear them. As far as anything loud and obnoxious sounding, not saying that's me, pretty good. It muffles out kids and their questions. So even if you're not in a meeting or you're not listening to music, you can just put them on and turn them on, and it drowns out your kid's voice.
Oh, nice.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So that's my first option. My second option is as consultants in tech, we all travel. If not, then you travel for holidays and so forth. If you want a quick option that is tech savvy, I suggest the Wrangler Smart Luggage. It is a 2-piece on rollers. It has a cup holder for up to a 16 ounce of coffee, or 16 ounces, also the same size as your energy drink. So it'll fit right in a cup holder. That way you can roll through the airport and not have your hand busy. But also the cup holder holds your phone. So it has a place to hold your phone in there. which is when you're sitting and waiting, you can and have it in there. But below the cup holder is a port that, unfortunately, with an additional battery pack, you can plug in and charge your phone on the go. There is a combo that's a little bit more pricier that you can add that battery pack in, but right now this two-piece combo is right at $40 on Amazon for the Black Friday. It typical four wheels rolling, easy 360, and it's will be considered carry-on, so you don't have to check it. So you've got your bag that straps to the telescoping handle, and then you just roll on through to the next gate when you're at the airport. So pretty handy. Comes in multiple colors: pink, turquoise, and black. But if you like the bright colors like myself, you might get a turquoise instead of a black. But if you don't want to have scratches and so forth showing up, definitely go with the black.
Good advice. That sounds like a good item.
The next item on my list is the Life Straw water filter. It can be used for hiking, camping, etc. The etc. being, for example, I was in Houston, living outside of Houston when a hurricane struck, and there was all kinds of debris and concerns and boil warnings for your water. So if you have a life straw for yourself and any of your family members, you could easily use the water and just drink from that straw, and it will filter out any contaminants and have drinkable water, which we all must have to survive. It's small, it's compact, it's a very great stocking stuffer. At a Black Friday deal of under $20, it is a great value. It doesn't take up a lot of room, so you can have it in case of a possible disaster or if you plan on going hiking or camping. So it's the Life Straw Peak series is the one that I recommend.
Yeah, someone who grew up in a hurricane infested area, I can certainly relate to what you went through, and I wish I would have had one of those when I was growing up, because it can get rough when you don't have any potable water and you're struggling to find water to drink, and all you're depending on is bottled water. And obviously when when disaster strikes and that's not readily available, then you got to make do what you got to make do. But yeah, that's a good stocking stuffer, if you will.
Absolutely. And with the size of it, it can be kept in the console of your car for on the move, or stuck in a carry-on bag, or in, our handy dandy Moser backpack, since we travel all the time, in one of the side pouches. Not very large, but very highly effective. I think I researched it, and it's one of the highest rated filter straws that's available, definitely under the $20 range.
Good stuff. All right. Well, Kevin, we certainly appreciate your time and items. I know that our listeners will certainly enjoy those. I like the headphone idea because I also have Sasquatch ears, so it's kind of hard to actually find something that fits just right, that snugs, that noise cancellation can only do so much, obviously, because it's technology, it's software. But if you have something that actually covers your ear, and then you have the software on top of that, it makes for a good experience. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And like I said, the comfort for the amount of time and meetings I spend.
Yeah.
I haven't had a headache because of the pressure. It goes on the outside. Really, really comfortable.
Right.
Can't speak highly enough about them.
Well, thank you very much, sir. We certainly appreciate your time. Thanks again.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having me yet again. And everybody, stay safe out there when you're doing your Black Friday shopping. If you're going out in person. If you're doing it online, do your finger exercises before you cramp up.
Yeah. Watch your elbows when you're there live in person.
Right.
Can the life straw double as like a defensive weapon?
Absolutely. Gouge people.
It's my TV.
That's my flat screen.
My TV. That's funny, Angel, because I saw that the internet is awesome in this area. It's like, okay, well, we've all got computers, we've all got flat screen TVs. Give us Black Friday deals on groceries.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I want $3 bacon. That's what I'm interested in.
Yes.
$3 eggs, you mean? Holy cow.
Yeah. True story. All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Anytime. It's always a blast.
Thank you for listening in to this week's edition of Ask Anything, presented by Moser Consulting. We hope you enjoyed listening to our Black Friday Gifts for Tech People episode. Be sure to join us next time as we dive even deeper with our resident experts and what they're currently working on. Don't forget to share your ideas or topics with us on our social media channels. In the meantime, please remember to give us a rating and subscribe to our feed wherever you get podcasts. Until then, so long, everybody.
go.